2 Chronicles chapter 4. Then he made an altar of brass 20 cubits long, 20 cubits wide, and 10 cubits high. Also he made the molten sea, 10 cubits from brim to brim. It was round 5 cubits high, 30 cubits in circumference. Under it was the likeness of oxen, which encircled it, for 10 cubits encircling the sea. Oxen were in 2 rows, cast when it was cast, stood on 12 oxen, 3 looking toward the north, 3 looking toward the west, 3 looking toward the south, and 3 looking toward the east. And the sea was set on them above, and all their hindquarters were inward. It was a handbreadth thick, and its brim was made like the brim of a cup, like the flower of a lily. It received and held 3,000 baths, also made 10 basins, and put 5 on the right hand, 5 on the left, to wash in them. Things that belonged to the burnt offering were washed in them. The sea was for the priest to wash in. He made the 10 lampstands of gold according to the ordinance concerning them, and he set them in the temple, 5 on the right hand and 5 on the left. He made also 10 tables and placed them in the temple, 5 on the right side and 5 on the left. He made 100 basins of gold. Furthermore he made the court of the priest, the great court, and doors for the court, and overlaid their doors with brass. He set the sea on the right side of the house eastward toward the south. Huram made the pots, the shovels, and the basins. So Huram finished doing the work that he did for King Solomon in Elohim's house. 2 pillars, the bowls, 2 capitals which were on the top of the pillars, 2 networks to cover the 2 bowls of the capitals that were on the top of the pillars, and the 400 pomegranates for the 2 networks. 2 rows of pomegranates for each network cover the 2 bowls of the capitals that were on the pillars. He made the bases, and he made the basins on the bases. 1 sea and the 12 oxen under it. Huram his father also made the pots, the shovels, the forks, and all its vessels for King Solomon, Yahweh's house of bright brass. The king cast them in the plain of the Jordan, in the clay ground between Succoth and Zeradah. Thus Solomon made all these vessels in great abundance, for the weight of the brass could not be determined. Solomon made all the vessels that were in Elohim's house, the golden altar also, and the tables with the showbread on them, and the lampstands with their lamps, to burn according to the ordinance before the inner sanctuary of pure gold, and the flowers, the lamps, and the tongs of gold that was perfect gold, and the snuffers, the basins, the spoons, and the firepans of pure gold. As for the entry of the house, inner doors for the most holy place, and the doors of the main hall of the temple were of gold.